Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Gun Culture Radio. This time, instead of having Zeke talk at you guys and make you aware of the sponsor, I figured I would just do it myself. The sponsor for this podcast is SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute. You can check them out at sdi.edu. It's a really cool opportunity if you're interested in being a gunsmith. They have some other firearms technology degrees. Just check out their website. They do take GI Bill, so any veterans out there, it's a cool opportunity. You know, you can't hate a job, in the gun industry. I assume a lot of people listening to this show are gun nuts just like me. It's cool to be able to have a job doing something that you love. Turning a hobby into a job is the true American dream. It's not 2 cars in every garage and a white picket fence. It's having a job that you love. That's the American dream right there, and that should be everyone's dream. That should be the human dream, not just the American dream. Anyways, check that out, sdi.edu. Really appreciate them for the sponsorship. This show is not cheap to make. So anyways, appreciate that. And we also appreciate our other sponsor, Ballistol. As you guys probably know, we've used this stuff for a long time, long before the YouTube days. It's a cleaner and a lubricant. It's great on firearms. It's even good at preserving firearms. If you have an old gun with a little bit of rust on it and you want to get that rust off with some steel wool, but you want to do it smoothly without further damaging the finish any more than you absolutely have to, Ballistol works great for that. It's also good just in the house. It works great for leather furniture, wood. It really darkens it up and makes it look really rich. It's just a really great and overall multi-use lubricant, and it really protects all your metal, keeps it from rusting. It's a great product. Used it for a long time and really appreciate them supporting the show. And I hope you guys appreciate that too. And just check them out at ballistol.com. I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Saw The Outlaw Josie Wells. Great movie, by the way.
Oh, man, yeah.
This guy's, okay, after a while I'm thinking, you're making some fantastic shots. He never misses. And, he carries, 4 of those 1844 Colt black powder. Come on. Great until you run out of ammunition. Then it's like, okay, what?
Yeah.
You spend an hour reloading.
Well, some of them you can carry extra cylinders and replace them, but it's not as I don't think it's quite. Maybe if you're really highly trained, but I don't think it's quite as easy as Clint Eastwood made it look in that one movie. Have you seen that? What's the one with Clint Eastwood where he? I can't remember which one it was.
The one with the gun, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't think it was the one where they painted the town red at the end of it, but it was one of those like made around that time. But he like killed tons and tons of people, and he kept changing out the cylinders in his. I think they were 1858 Remingtons.
Well, there was what's the last one made with Morgan Freeman?
It wasn't that one, but Unforgiven. You're talking about?
Unforgiven.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I like that one.
I like the beginning of the movie. Well, how much you get for killing that guy? And he left the kids at the house.
Yeah, by themselves in the middle of nowhere.
They're like 10 and 8. Okay, I'm going off to kill this guy. There's some canned goods in the kitchen, and there's a hog out in the pen. I'll see you when I get back.
Yeah, I know.
What the? Okay, I can't talk too much crap because it was about that way when I was a kid in Georgia. They didn't think anything. In hindsight, I can't believe this, but it was a different world then. My mother would go off to work, and she just leave us there. Okay, see, I'll be back at about 6.
Yeah.
And got the dogs out front, and there's a gauge in the corner. Anything happens, see you. Drive off. Yeah. It was another world.
Yeah, and what's crazy is really nothing has really changed that much. It's just the news now. Because you watch the news, you're more aware of like what can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So like some people are, I guess maybe a little safer for that, but more than likely, more than not. I mean, it's just people are just more worried than they used to be. In some ways, I don't know.
True. Yes, I think they're more worried because they're more aware.
Right.
I think back then we weren't as aware of all the stuff that's going on. I think everything that we see now happening has always happened.
Right.
We're just more aware of it now.
Yeah.
And now, oh my God, is there a killer next door? Well, there's probably always been a killer next door. You just didn't know it.
Yeah. And there's more people now, so it's true. You have more chances for
the percentage of killers go up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. One of many undesirable factors of population growth.
More people. Yeah, you gotta have more. You gotta expect that. More killers. You gotta expect that.
Yeah, it's like this. There was this Far Side picture that I shared on Facebook. Like I don't know, like yesterday or I don't know, something like that. And it showed it was like a create. It looked like God, and he was baking like the earth, right? And he was putting in ingredients, and he had this one ingredient that said jerks on it, and he was dumping it in. And he was like, "This should make things interesting."
Okay, that's good.
That's a good one.
Oh, Jesus.
That was great. You may or may not have been somewhere near where something happened famous in the news.
Okay, yeah. Recently, in some unknown place.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We on?
What? Yeah.
Okay, we on there?
Yeah, we're on there.
Sorry, I didn't know.
I snuck it on you.
Oh, okay. I was like, are we on? Okay. Okay. Shh. Okay, forget it. Well, okay.
Yeah.
That shooting in this, I guess we can mention the state. I don't know, can we?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Everybody they know that we're in Middle Tennessee.
Okay. You mean not Wyoming like I've been telling all this?
Yeah.
Okay. Our secret location in the mountains of Mexico.
Yeah.
But in Nashville, Tennessee, that supposed shooting. It was a shooting in the fact that the police shot the guy because the guy did not actually have a weapon.
Well, one party in the situation was pretending, and the other party was not.
Yeah, the police forgot that we were only pretending that.
Right.
Oh, real bullets. I'm sorry. I forgot we were really pretending.
Yeah.
At that movie theater in a place called Antioch, Tennessee, which is South Nashville. A male white, 29 years old. He was originally reported as being a 51-year-old male white. And
so maybe he looked kind of rough.
Yeah, he was a homeless guy. So,
okay.
So they reported him as an older white guy, 51-year-old male white, which later turned out to be a 29-year-old male white with a long mental history. He's been institutionalized 4 times. Walked in there with a fake airsoft 1911, which good choice. But not the killing, not the abuse part. Right. I won't make that plain. But if you're gonna get a fake gun, get a fake 1911.
That's right.
He went in there with 2 fake bombs, with 2 backpacks made to look like bombs, a can of spray, high concentration OC, and a hatchet.
Yeah, did you have the regular can or was it the big fogger?
It was the big. No, it was the big. It was a extra tall cylinder. It wasn't the big. Crowd control riot stuff. It was a big, extra tall, extra long, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Cylinder.
Yeah.
And then he went in there on 1:00 on a Wednesday. Now I'm thinking, who goes to the movies 1:00 on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Well, apparently there were 8-9 people in there. He walked in there, fogged them up, attacked the father of a family with a hatchet, injured him. They ran outside, found a cop, which I couldn't believe there was a cop around when you needed one. I couldn't believe it. And went out there, told him, the police who was writing the ticket, stop, let the guy go. Okay, lucky for him. Yeah. And ran inside. And this guy with the fake airsoft 1911 fired a BB at the Metro officer, who ungratefully returned a 40 caliber round back at him, and missed him. And then the cop backed off after he thought he was fired on. Metro SWAT showed up. The guy came out again. Metro SWAT took him down with ARs. So I gotta think this was some kind of suicide by cop.
Yeah, and they lit him up. If I'm sure everyone's heard the video. Mm-hmm. It in the video, it sounds like there's an exchange of fire going on.
It sounds like it.
There's so much gunfire going on, but apparently not.
He only pretended to fire back.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I think the police in this case were completely justified. Why? He had a gun. I don't know if it's the real or not.
Yeah.
And there have been instances where the police have shot guys who had put remotes at them. I'm not going to take a chance. Yeah.
Especially with an airsoft gun. And even if it has the orange tip, a strategy almost could be, if you were up to something, would be to take a real gun and paint like the into the barrel that sticks out orange or something like that.
Okay. Anybody in their right mind, you see the SWAT team roll up, it's time to sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down, hands up. Don't make any sudden moves.
Yeah.
You've already threatened the lives of civilians. You've already supposedly fired on an officer. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So, dude, I think I had to be suicide by cop.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And what were you telling me earlier about the bodies? You said some guys were over there.
Rumor control. I haven't actually laid eyes upon this myself. Yeah. But we heard rumors that someone that works in a close establishment, after they blasted this guy, you were able to just kind of walk down to the scene and go, hey, look, there's a body out there. And this guy supposedly.
Were Was it propped up in a coffin?
with Metro. with a sign, kill Nashville.
Yeah.
And the Metro, the SWAT teams around it with making a group shot. Hey,
Yeah.
The chief guy's hand in his shirt,
Yeah. like the scene from Tremors. They're like charging $5,
That's right. Anybody, come on up, $5.
Yeah.
Which, why not? Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
why not? I mean, hey.
I would almost. Well, I don't know. It probably wasn't a big enough deal, I guess, to be that famous. But I'd say you could almost have like a little tourist attraction, like right there where that happened. Have like the axe there on display.
Have a little side museum that people can go through.
Yeah, right here's where it happened. And we still have some of the shell casings. And
where I was getting chow out there, and I saw on my phone an alert. Active shooter.
Yeah.
Antioch, Tennessee, which immediately got everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Active shooter, especially after this last Nashville stuff.
Yeah.
But again, as time went by, people calmed the hell down. That's when you found out, well, it was kind of like a one-way shooting.
Right.
And the news still called it a shooting, and yes, they're right, it was. But the cops were doing all the shooting. You got to be careful because you just don't know.
He was the shootee in this situation.
He received the bullets. He was sitting out. He was the receiver of the 5.56 rounds.
That's right.
So,
well, he did. It was just grossly underpowered.
That's right. It was a BB. BB versus, I know you call a 5.56 a BB, but it's a little bit more effective than an actual BB.
Except, actually, I heard one of the cops got hit on the funny bone, and that kind of bothered him for a while.
Right, that's right.
I mean, it stung and everything. So. Yeah.
So again, you got to be careful. You don't know, and by the way, I understand. That security they got there is some old dude. I mean, like 82.
Yeah.
With a gun, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think that's more we talked about. That's more like a feel good thing. Well, that's old Joe now.
Yeah.
He's been here for 40 years. We're comfortable with him. He's a scarecrow.
Yeah.
But if he's 82. In a rocking chair,
Yeah, I mean, I could see the value of someone like that, and just to be like eyes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because if you don't have, like, if it's a situation where you don't have employees that are going to be like around a certain area enough to be able to look out, then maybe a guy that kind of ambles around that
this walker,
literally ambles
That's right.
around. It can at least like call the cops, and the gun is more like about protecting himself, more so than anyone else.
Okay.
Wait, what if you have a walker that was like those canes, that has the gun in it? And it's got like 4 barrels.
No, a hover around. You don't have the hover around. He goes up and down the hallways on his hover around. Hey, that's a fight in Theater 15. He goes up there. I'm sure it's wheelchair accessible. He just pulls in there. Hey, waves his gun. But no, I mean, I've seen other places like that. Security is a good thing, but depending on sometimes the political views of the owners, it depends on what kind of security you're going to have. Because there's another place in Nashville where you go down there, it's very posh, not upper class, upper scale kind of area. A lot of the well-to-do people hang down there.
Yeah, Green Hills, is that what you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
Surprisingly, no. More like 11th Avenue.
Okay.
You go down there and they got some security guy. This guy is 70 if he's a day. And he sits out front. How y'all doing? Hey. Big shirt, security. And he sits there in a lawn chair. How y'all doing? They feel good. Well, he's out there. Anything happens, old Joe, he'll call. He ain't there to really do anything. Just like you said, a set of eyes.
Right.
That's your job to look around. You see anything gets out of hand, call somebody.
Right.
Which okay, all right. Okay, if it's what's appropriate, but some of these other places you might need a little bit more than that.
That's true. A lot of times places seem to have security that kind of fits their needs. Like for example, a lot of bars downtown will be just a guy like that, just checking IDs. Nothing's probably going to happen. He's just there to watch or whatever. And he's a big enough guy where maybe if you grabbed a hold of you, he could bring you down probably. But like where you work, like stuff happens on a regular basis. So it's so you need someone more like you there.
Oh yeah, I was about to tell you. I had a incident a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
These gangsters rolled up in there of a certain group, a certified. This is a legitimate a security threat group.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the name.
Okay.
But they rolled up, and the actual gangsters, as we both know, real gangsters, you never have a problem with.
Were they like the older ones? Were they like older?
The first set were older.
Okay.
Which the OGs, you'll never have a problem.
Right.
To them, and these guys realize peace means profit. They don't want attention. They don't want a bunch of BS.
Right.
Peace means profit.
Unless you like corner them, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Which if you gets respect, you'll never do that. So
right.
If you got to have gangsters around, it's going to be these guys because again, no problem. The problem came when another group of 3, all maybe under 25, showed up, agitated. Okay, they came in there. I look back there. There's a verbal altercation going on. Okay, we got a problem. So I go back there, and I mean, if you're working somewhere and you're armed and you're by yourself, the only choice you have is to be aggressive,
right.
because you got to match their numbers with your aggression.
Yeah.
And me, I tell you what, saved me many a time, as we both know, that you can use aggression to make up for other things you may lack, like numbers.
Right.
These people are what you do. I went back there. Who's the problem child? That guy. And what you can do, and you have to be audacious, is that this is the problem child. He's going to be the first one. Usually, if you take out the head, take out the number one guy, the rest of them will just fall right up.
Yeah, and give them an easy out.
Yeah.
It's like aggression along with, you present them with an easy out and aggression, and it's like.
But when they don't,
right.
That's right. You can just go, you can just leave. But when they don't, then we got to get hands on. So this guy acts up, right? And I said, hey, dude, you got to go. I ain't going nowhere. Okay, dude, you really need to go. I ain't going nowhere. Okay, dude. I've told you more than once, hey, dude, you need to go. Yeah. I ain't going to. Okay, the third time was the charm. I walked up to him. And but doing that self-defense thing, Hapkido, which is a Korean version of Aikido, which is something we talked about. You got to have more than just the weapons. You got to be able to go hands-on if you need to be. When you're outnumbered, you're walking to the middle of them, and, you make it very plain to them. You got to understand, if you're in a situation like that, I'm going to get stabbed. I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get shot. It's going to happen. But what you tell them, you're going to get me, but I'm going to kill at least 2 of you.
Right.
Which two is it going to be?
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? Who's first? Come on.
Yeah.
So what that does, that takes the initiative from them, puts it in your hands. I got the initiative now.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say that, it stunned them. Just like that. They're like, whoa. And the guy would leave. And then I would love to tell you I did this high-speed Cobra Strike, jiu-jitsu. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I just reached over, real casual, like reached over, grabbed his hand, did a wrist lock. The guy went right over.
Yeah.
And the other two just kind of start shaking and ran off. Yes. I was incredibly lucky. Yes. Don't be overconfident. Do not be overconfident. And at the same time, don't be overconfident, and don't forget that that you got to prepare for anything that can happen. And one thing that we've talked about here too, that you let these guys know we're going to go as far as you want to go.
Right.
It can end right here. I got this guy on a wrist lock. He's going down. He's compliant. Or we can just go as far as you want to go. If all 5 of you jump me, what do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah.
It's going to be bad for you. You may get me, but there are going to be 2 of you down here with me.
Yeah.
So it worked out. They all backed off. We had a nice night after that. So, hey, aggression, well, within limits.
Right. Yeah.
Aggression within limits.
Right. And offering them that out is the key.
And giving them an out. Yeah. And you always offer them the out first.
Yeah.
Always.
That makes sense. Yeah, because a lot of times you find that usually those kind of guys are peacocking. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like they're flashy. I mean, if you back them into enough of a corner, they might do something to prove. Yeah. To prove something. But especially there, like in a crowded place.
They're in front of their boys. They're in front of their girl. They feel like they can't back down. You offer them that out anyway.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can just go home, man. You can just walk out. You can just go home. It's fine. Just leave.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You can go take your girl, go home right now. Right. But when they don't.
But they got to realize if they assault you in a serious way, or they start firing guns off in a crowded bar, they're done.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, they're done. They get caught with that. They're not getting out of jail for a long time.
Same incident, same night. This individual came in with a weapon on him. And he says, sir, I'm sorry, but you got to take that back to the car. He takes it back. He comes back in. Hey, sir, let me get a pat down real quick. He don't want to do it. Whoa, dude, you just told me you had a gun on you, and I'm just going to trust that you took it back and left it in the car and not check you. He's like, I'm like, hey, sir, can I get a pat down just to make sure that you have no other weapons? He's like, what do you treat me like a criminal for? Let me get a pat down, dude.
Yeah.
He goes, why you got to do that? Dude, I need to pat you down.
Yeah.
He goes, I ain't gonna do that. Well, spray comes out. Dude, you need to go. I tell you what, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then all the explicatives came out. You're this, you're that. That's nice. Go somewhere else. Baton comes out. Dude, go somewhere else. And then he backed down. Again, you give him every chance to just walk away. I'm this, I'm that. My mother's this. You're right. Absolutely. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And he wants to yell and scream out in the parking lot. That's great, because where's he doing it? Doing it out in the parking lot.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah, so the parking lot of where you work is a pretty dangerous place.
yeah. He's out there yelling, by God, I tell you. Okay, that's fine. Out there. Yell all you want.
One night, I'm going to go out to the parking lot with a microphone and a camera. And we're going to have like just an open public forum. So what do you think about that security guard in there?
Oh, dude, man, it's scary out there. This guy got PO'd about I'm this, I'm that, start throwing $100 bills on the ground. You think I care? I was like, I ain't proud. I'll pick these up. If you got money like that, no problem. I have no problem picking them off the ground. No problem.
Yeah, for real.
Don't seem too smart, but hey. Hey.
If you're stupid enough to do that just to show off,
hey,
okay.
Go ahead, dude. You're a hell of a man. Yeah.
Yeah. The money flashing thing is always funny to me. Like at the clubs, they used to do that. Like I think I've probably told the story before, but this was very common. Almost every night, especially if it was a busy night, almost every night, at least 75% of the time, there would be someone. Whenever I used to work the nightclubs, when they would come outside, they would flash money. Like they'd drive around in their cars, they'd have it like fanned out. Or they'd be up over the sunroof and
whatever,
dude. Stuff.
Yeah, whatever, man. Okay, you know what? That doesn't impress anybody anymore.
Yeah.
If you got a bunch of cash, you know what? One thing I learned: if they flash a bunch of cash like that, that's probably all the money they got right there.
Yeah, people with that much cash are usually broke.
That's right, exactly. You want to impress me? Break out the American Express Black. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yes, sir. Right this way, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Your table, sir. Yeah. Hey, I'm impressed now. But
or like flash your bank statement or something.
That's right.
Look at this. Look at this.
Check out that bottom line. You have it highlighted at the bottom.
Look how big this purchase was right here. I don't give a damn.
But that's passe stuff. Nobody. I mean, that doesn't impress anybody anymore.
Yeah. Well, and another thing too, fancy cars. You know what I mean? Like anybody can go get a new car to buy here, pay here,
or rent one for the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I mean, hey, this guy. The one thing I seen too is that you see the big roll, and then. Yeah, there may be a 50 or 100 on the outside, but there could be nothing but ones on the inside. So, again, it don't impress anybody.
I actually did that one time. I was saving up because because it's to the point where $1 bills are almost like worthless now. I mean, they're not worthless, but it's it's
a dollar. Come on.
Yeah. So I like to spend cash. Like what I'll do is I'll get out like my spending money is like cash, so that way I don't try to, because I found that whenever you have like a number is easier to spend than actual physical money.
Right.
For me at least, right?
Okay.
So I'll be like, okay, what's my spending money going to be for this week or month or whatever? I'll just get that much cash out and I'll just throw it in my pocket, and then I'm spending it throughout the week and stuff. I'll save the $1 bills. Eventually, they get kind of bulky and wound around.
I got all this money in my pocket
and stuff, and I was like, I have a special spot where I'll stick them.
Okay.
So like for about 5 or 6 months, I collected like $1 bills to the point where I had like a stack like that.
That's right. Get a little band, a little rubber band. Yeah, baby. Yeah, here you go, honey. Get out of here. All right.
So I was like, okay, I got to do it. So I got a couple of hundreds out, and I put one on either side of it. And I kept that in my sock drawer for a while.
Yeah, here you go. Your wife.
And then eventually I had to get into it. So.
Of course, the old lady's like, honey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah.
Must be nice. So
I fantasized about being some like Pablo Escobar.
Oh hell yeah! Well, you see that movie Blow with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Okay, that is a classic example of not knowing when to quit.
Yeah.
If I have to make tunnels through the money in my house,
yeah.
Okay, I got enough money.
Yeah, you can't. Remember, he wasn't even counting it. Like, they just weigh it.
That's too much money.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you have that much money and go, no, it's not enough? Oh, but
yeah.
They're making that scene where they had to make tunnels through their house.
Yeah.
They're weighing the money. Okay, I'm done.
And there's a point. There's a point too with cash where it doesn't really help you that much. Like once you have enough cash to where you can start some kind of business, get a business going to like launder it through, and once you get that rolling, I mean, like Breaking Bad. I don't know if you saw that series or not, but like he had an entire storage unit I mean, it's a movie, of course, but a show. But he had a storage unit stacked of cash.
Stop. You're done. Stop.
Like, you can't do anything with that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Stop.
I mean, even if you have enough cash to buy like an NFL team, it's not like you can do it. You can't just show up with a truckload.
The Titans camp. All right.
There you go.
I want that. All of them.
Like they're just not going to ask any questions about where you got it from.
Can I have a receipt, please?
Yeah.
For the Titans. You're right.
Yeah. So I mean, once you've got enough cash sitting around to where it basically covers miscellaneous expenses
you have to make tunnels
for the next like 500 years.
Yeah. Then, I mean, how much can you have? I mean,
yeah.
Like this, I saw a story on CNN. This guy found at an ATM $150K.
Wow.
That the crew that was fixing the ATM left it. How do you lose? How do you get that? Yeah.
Yeah.
He found it in a bag and took it.
Yeah.
It was in Jersey.
It's probably marked, I guess. I
would have to fit something, And then what did he do? He did a classic movie mistake. Instead of turning that money in, what he did was he went out there and bought a brand new Escalade, $46K, cash. And they'll sell it to you, but they're also going to go, okay, what's your name again?
Yeah.
Where do you live at? Okay, hey, this guy just came in here and paid cash.
Yeah.
And they hooked him up. Yeah. And he was on probation, of course. And I'm like, dude, the way you do that is not that anybody out there in gun culture land should do this. But if you find $150K, I'm going to turn in 102.
That's right.
That's right.
That's all I found. Yeah.
It was open. The bag was open. Here you go. They'll be happy as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. They're going to think, well, you kept a lot of that, didn't you? I do.
Yeah.
But I found it. That's what was in there.
Yeah. Or if you're going to go full unlegit.
Like, not half unlegit.
Yeah.
I kind of sorted it the right thing.
Yeah.
That was a finder's fee. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
They got to expect that.
You got most of it back. What you want?
Yeah. But if you're going to go full unlegit, like, you got to assume that money like that would probably be marked, so you'd have to sell it to someone. Like, you got $150,000 of marked money, you sell it to somebody, and then they give you back, like, I don't know how this works out, but half or something of unmarked money, because then it's cash you can spend. And
That's
then,
right.
And then they can just sit on it for a long time.
Or just, I would think you just stick that on your bed. Let the rents do. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would do that. Like if I was a crook, if I was a career criminal, let's say, and I had the collateral or had the money to do it, and someone was like, "Hey, I've got $100,000 of like trackable money.
Yeah,
I'll sell it to you for 50." I would do it.
Yeah,
I would do that in a heartbeat because you just can't spend it all at once. You'd have to sparse it out.
Classic movie mistake. People run out there, buy the car, the house, all the furs, and people still buy fur. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
But purchasing the big items.
Yeah.
Classic mistake.
They call that a steam pipe.
People will notice that.
Yeah.
Dude, you're driving a Hyundai, and then all of a sudden you got a new 15 Mustang, a new 15 Cadillac at the same time out in front. Hey, where this?
What is fine is if you got the income.
But if you don't,
it's like. Okay, you're a janitor at Sears.
That's right. That's a nice car, dude.
You just bought a Ferrari.
The story about this New York correctional officer, which is a big problem in corrections. Some of these inmates can offer you, these drug dealer inmates can offer you more money than you make legitimately.
Yeah, because they don't pay those guys anything, really.
Exactly. And this New York Department of Corrections CEO, first it started off just bringing a pack of smokes. A pack of smokes in the joint, you can make $300 a pack.
Wow.
And there's and the guy who got caught, he says, what lured him into it is that you tell yourself, he told himself that, well, it's not illegal drugs, it's just cigarettes.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to have cigarettes in there.
Right.
$300. And then
cell phones, same thing.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
You do that, and then you do this, and then he says the most he ever made was $150K in a week.
That's nuts.
I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. But he said the same thing that gets most people hooked up is greed.
Yeah.
He says, because all of a sudden $150K in a week, you expect me to live on that?
Yeah.
Dude, what he should have done, not that he was right, was $150K, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done here. We're going to tell you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no. He says greed got him. He got used to the money. and once you get in there, you're done. And those two New York escapees, the staff that helped them said the same thing. Once you take something from them, from the inmate, they got you.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. The only way you can save yourself is just go throw yourself on the mercy of the court. Hey, I did this. I don't want no part of it. I did it. Hey, give me a break. If you're lucky, you'll just get fired.
Well, because money is kind of the same as like speed, for example. Like if if you're slow, let's say you're in a really fast car and you're just slowly accelerating, you don't really notice it. So it'd be like if you were making more and more money, just slowly accelerating, and then like this guy, and all of a sudden you cut that off. That's like hitting the brakes all of a sudden. It's like
whoa.
Dramatic. You get used to that.
More than one dope man I hooked up told me the same thing. It's like once you start making just a little bit more cash, you can't go back.
Yeah.
To these two dope men that we hooked up in South Nashville. He said that they gave me a class, Dope Man 101. He says these two low level guys, just low level, will pull down $20K a week. I'm like, what are you doing here? You give me $20K a week.
Yeah.
About a month, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Leave me alone. But no, he says, once you start getting that kind of cash, you can't go back to working at McDonald's.
Right.
You can't. And he says, but at the same time, once you start doing that at that level, which is low level, $20K a week, come on, that's change. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You got about a year. He says you got about 2 years before your first felony.
Yeah.
And
that's just an average. They could get you in that first week. Or,
yeah. Oh, yeah. And from the institution I work at, most of those women there, they're there because somebody stitched them out.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust anybody. It's just a matter of time it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So it's best just to not get into it.
Yeah, because that's the variable factor that no one ever has control over. They might think that they do.
Oh yeah.
Like doing something illegal like that, like selling drugs or whatever it is, robbery, whatever you're doing. The big risk is not getting like pulled over by the cops and searched and discovered somehow. The risk is just somebody telling you. There's nothing you can do about that.
This individual told me once that they were working for this one dope man, and this other individual walked up, wanted some free samples. I didn't know dope man.
They have like a platter with toothpicks.
That's right. They have any packets. Leave some crack on the pillow in the hotel.
Yeah, or it's like you're going to Sam's Club. They got the little thing in there.
This guy wanted some free samples, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Get away from me! I ain't got no free stuff for you. Get out of here!" And you know what this guguy did? He went right to the deputies. Hey, they're over there. What a B move! Oh,
yeah,
dude.
really.
Well, dude.
Yeah.
So, but you always got to worry about that, and from all the contact I've had with these people, nobody feels sorry for you either. When you get caught or shot, nobody feels sorry for you because you knew.
Yep.
You knew.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like, why are we doing it? You know what I mean?
You do. I mean, what did you expect?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about new car, fancy cars and stuff. One thing, I bought a new truck recently. It's like a base model Sierra because I've been driving this busted up crap Yukon, this 03 Yukon that just neglected for years. You definitely got to. I tell you what, you definitely got to keep cars up. If you're gonna plan to keep it, because the maintenance stuff just piles up on you fast. It's like that's what happened to me. It was like there's one thing where that's not a big deal. Put that off, and then something else happens, and then something else happens, and then
it kind of snowballs. Yeah,
exactly. So I finally got a new truck, but it's got all the new technology and stuff. And it's actually what's crazy is I haven't had the newest vehicle that I've had has been a 2003. All right, so like this base model, like starting point pickup truck.
Okay,
it seems like the future to me.
It doesn't fly.
Yeah, I know. But it's got like all kinds of crazy stuff with this like automatic braking system when you're going down a hill, and
come on.
GPS screen, and
of course, come on, you just can't drive it. It's got to tell you how to get there. It has a stoplight. I'm going to stop for you. I know you're busy.
That's right. I know it has this thing. It was crazy. I don't know if I like it or not yet. Where like how when you put the car in drive first, you let off on the brake, it'll move a little bit.
Yep.
Well, it has this thing where it kind of like it stops that. It's kind of weird. It's like you can just put it in drive and it won't go.
Oh, dude. That's good, I guess.
I mean, I mean, it's sort. I guess if you're parked kind of on a hill, it's a little handy sometimes, but it's a little startling at times.
You know, like that backup thing where they.
It's got the camera, the backup camera. I don't trust it though. That's the thing.
That's right. You can't trust that.
It's cool, but I still don't trust. It's just as easy to turn around and look.
Well, what happened? Watch hit that car. Well, I looked at the camera. It looked further away.
Yeah.
Can't blame it on the camera. Hey.
Yeah. Dude. But so now what's interesting is the cars are getting more and more technological now. And I was watching this YouTube video of a Jeep Cherokee that some hackers hacked into or something like that. So, that's going to be a new thing now.
Hacking into your car?
Yeah, hacking into your car, messing with you or something. Or you're backing up using your backup camera and someone takes CGI and puts like an alien or something back there, just something crazy.
You know what? I learned to drive in a 1979 Ford LTD / tank.
Yeah.
That car.
Was it a diesel?
That car was, it was at least seemed like 6 feet wide and 20. In fact, I know I measured it once. It was 27 feet long.
Yeah.
It was a tank. I mean, but nothing special. You had an AM radio. Manual.
AM, yeah.
AM radio. You push the brake down and you shift it into drive and you went forward.
Yeah.
Very bare bones. The thing was a tank, a 10-foot hood. You couldn't do anything to it. You couldn't do anything to it. And you didn't need no seatbelts. Get out of here, because anything you hit was gone. If it wasn't the same level of car, it was gone. It would tear it up.
Those hoods, man, those old cars. You can almost put a basketball court on the hood of those cars.
I mean, they were huge.
Yeah.
And I'm 15. I'm like, holy, I mean, you could barely see over the hood.
Yeah.
They were the days. Come on.
Yeah.
The cars have come a long way. But there was a gas hog. We can't have vehicles like that now because it's too expensive to drive.
Yeah.
But then showing my age, back in the Stone Age, gas was like what? I remember showing my age. I love saying this. 53 cents a gallon. I remember it. By God, I'm such an old fogey. And that's like you could have a car with a big 8-cylinder gas hog engine. By God,
and they had to have big engines in them because they were so heavy.
Might as well be a tracked vehicle. Come on. But they were the days. And that thing would do 120, no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, 120. This thing weighs 3 tons easy. Moving 100 plus miles an hour. If you get hit, it's over.
Yeah.
Deer, no problem. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Now you blow too hard, the fender falls off. But
no, even that truck. I think a lot of the front is plastic on it. So
that was the old school trucks. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got an old pickup truck that I'm hoping eventually to get. I've got 2 old cars actually. I'd like to get fixed up eventually, but finding the money and the time and stuff to do it.
Most of the time.
Yeah, but it's a '88 GMC Sierra, not too old, but it used to be a game warden truck, which is really cool because they equipped it with a lot of cool stuff. Like it's got the skid plates and stuff underneath it, and it's got this gigantic bumper on it. It's got these like 2 big hooks and a winch built into it and stuff.
You take on Buffalo head on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they built stuff to. I have to say, I think they built stuff to last in the past.
Yeah.
But not now.
Except for that, you had that brief weird. What was that period? I mean, I wasn't alive, but there was sometime in the '70s or was it the early '80s where the quality on cars was really kind of went downhill?
Like '79.
The union strikes and stuff was going on.
Okay, I'll testify to that, seeing that I'm the old fogey here.
Yeah.
Yes. About '78 to '81, it was kind of rough because I had the old '79 Mustang. It was a piece of crap.
Was that the one where they changed the body style? Is that, the Fox body, or what do they call it?
It was a hatchback. Yeah. It sucked. I mean, it sucked. I mean, talk about piece of crap. I remember I had it, and I was driving on the highway one day, and I heard some excessive noise. And I looked from the back seat. I looked back there, and it was coming from the floor. I pulled up the floor mat, and there was a hole in the floor. I was like, dude. I was like, okay, put the floor mat back, kept driving. If you're sitting in the back, keep your feet up.
That'd be handy though in like a Mad Max kind of situation. If you had like a car falling, you could like drop a grenade.
Hey, I wish I had thought about that. There I go. I was 14, 15. What was I thinking?
Yeah, like Terminator, where they had those pipe bombs that they made.
Of course. So cars, American cars have come a long way.
Yeah.
They've come a long way. Because they had to. The foreign stuff was just too good. They had to up the game.
Yeah, especially recently. Well, like this truck I got, it's got this weird thing where, which I guess it's standard on a lot of them now. Just it still seems space age to me, but it's got where it'll go down to a 4-cylinder engine when it doesn't need to be a V8.
Okay,
it goes down to 4-cylinder. So it's got
a lot of your hybrids do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got just a standard 5.3 liter V8, same thing that the old Yukon had that they've been using forever. But it gets like 18 miles to gallon, city miles.
Yeah.
Because if you're going downhill, it goes down to 4-cylinder. If you're just kind of cruising, it'll go to 4-cylinder.
What are those cars that are like half electric, half gas?
Yeah, the hybrids.
Yeah.
I forget. I'm not super clear on exactly how those work. I think that it's kind of like, you run it off of, the gas, and it's just a really low powered gas motor, and then it charges the battery, I think, and then you can shut that off and then run it only on the battery for a while.
I've heard something
switch back and forth or something.
I've heard a version of that. I'm sure some of your listeners will clear this up for us.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that it was electrical powered up to, once you got past 40, 50 miles an hour, it switched over to gasoline engine.
That might be some of them might be different too, but that might be what it is. I'm not sure.
But I'm gonna plug this car, a Urus.
Yaris.
Yaris. It's a YURIS. It's I really wanted to go to Oklahoma. I'm here to tell you, it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's small, but efficient.
Yeah.
You can get 45 miles to the gallon on that. I mean, you just had to remember to get gas because when was the last time I put gas in this thing? Because we drove out there, we got past Memphis, and that needle did not move. It was awesome. So if you're just worried about going to work and coming home, or just fuel economy, if that's more important to you than looks, go with the Urus, because that 45 to the gallon, come on.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Luckily I'm not in a situation where I have to worry about fuel economy too much because I have a motorcycle. Even though it's a Harley, it gets better mileage than a lot of cars. And 2, I don't have to drive that off because half of my job is from home. So.
Must be nice.
But a good way to do it though, if you're gonna have 2 cars, like have one that's like like a commuter car, fuel economy, and then have something like a truck or something.
Dude,
I bet that truck you guys is nice. It's car gets pretty good mileage.
That by God, piece of history, by God.
Dude, those things must be well built trucks. You still see those a lot.
Let me tell you something. I'm not going to plug it because we're pro-American here. But I'm not going to plug it.
You can plug it.
That Toyota Tacoma. I'm here to tell you. Great vehicle. I put the one I drive through hell and high water, by God.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say that they prefer the older ones, the ones like you have. Because I think the newer ones, they're built more like, they tried to make them a little bit more
stylish, more not as practical.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got more room. But I've heard someone say the same thing. The older ones, the original ones, more durable because that thing's been through hell and high water and still chugging.
Yeah.
And my first vehicle was a Toyota pickup, and I didn't do nothing to it. I was terrible with cars.
Yeah.
I might change the oil, maybe.
Yeah.
But that truck went through heck. That first Toyota pickup went through heck and high water. I left it for 2 years. When I went to Germany, came back, it was on blocks. The tires had rotted.
Yeah.
Put some new tires, got oil change. It started right up.
Are you talking about the Iraqi assault vehicle 89 Toyota pickup? White. It has to be a white one.
That's right. Yes, come to think of it, they use them. They use them.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, there's some Tacomas driving around Afghanistan right now that have been beat up, but work like a charm.
Yeah.
Hey.
So what you're saying is it's kind of like the Glock of trucks.
I wouldn't use the G word, but yeah. I wouldn't use the G word, but yes, you're absolutely right.
That's cool. But okay, so the main point actually I wanted to get into with all that was about the spying issue. That's one thing. I watched some stuff on the internet about that, about the black boxes. They put black boxes in all the newer cars, and of course you got OnStar and the GM vehicles, and that's been there for a long time, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, the idea that if someone wanted to, they could take control of your car. It's a little unnerving. I mean, I'll admit, I don't like it.
Why would they though?
That's the thing. I don't like it, but it's not likely to happen.
I mean, you're going to Walmart, all of a sudden, they see us control your vehicle and drive you to Target instead. I mean, what are they going to do?
And plus, I'll shoot the motor out from the inside. if I have to.
As far as them, low jacking my vehicle, if they want to know which Walmart I go to, be my guest.
Yeah.
Who cares? Yes, I think it's the world we live in now. Especially if you're making payments on the vehicle. They're going to low jack you, of course. But that's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing, what's the problem?
Yeah, especially if you have to do it for those reasons. But the lack of transparency bothers me a little bit. That's the one thing. I like some of the new technology on the newer cars, but the thing that I don't like is that you don't have as many options. I wish that there was a way, and maybe if you're a mechanic, you know a lot about cars, maybe it is not that hard, but I would like to be able to turn that stuff off. Like if it has a black box, well, if it's my car and I bought it, I should get the option to take it out. Or
there's probably a way to do it. There probably is a way to do it.
It's not like,
but it's not like it's
promoted or anything.
It's not promoted, not common knowledge, and most people are not concerned. Isn't that okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Like cell phones, like that tracking thing you can put on cell phones. Yeah. You can know where your spouse or whoever else is. But they have to download it to their phone.
Yeah,
a lot of people got a problem with that. Like some individual who should remain nameless.
There's a lot of those.
That's a lot of those. Yeah, this person had a cam, webcam, whatever you want to call it, on the TV in the living room of his house, and they would watch their spouse and the kids at home. I went, For me, that's kind of how the creepy factor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have like the nanny cam thing. If you have like someone that's coming and taking care of your kids, maybe.
I understand that. Good point. But at the same time, if I got to watch them, why are they there?
That's true, yeah.
I mean, if I got to, let me check the camera real quick, make sure she's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Why is she there?
Yeah.
Why is she there?
That's true. Yeah.
Personally, if I got to watch it, you're not going to be there.
Yeah. It's scary. We're very, very fast approaching a time where cameras are going to be literally everywhere.
Well, and actually, we're behind the times because in Europe, it's all about that. England, cameras every corner.
That's why if you look at videos on the internet of like cars crashing or just different like incidents with cars, like most of them are from Europe.
Yeah, because cameras are everywhere. It's the new thing. It's the world we live in. I don't think privacy issues. Do you have a right to expect privacy walking down a city street?
Yeah.
Do you? I mean,
I'm split on the issue, to be honest, because sometimes I'll sit there and I'll be like, man, this makes me want to go move back to the woods or something.
Well,
but then also I'm kind of like, well, maybe this is just like a rough period where we're kind of moving out of like this sense of privacy that we used to have. Because in a way, privacy is kind of like a Mexican standoff. The reason we want privacy is because other people have privacy. If no one has privacy, then do we really need it anymore? I mean, I don't know. It's tough.
On the plus side, I understand people's concern about privacy issues, but on the public street, I believe, I'm not sure, I have to look it up, but on the public street, do you have a expectation of privacy? Because you're out in public. So if they got a camera up there, okay, that's fine.
Right.
Also, camera, they have their benefit, mostly for law enforcement.
Yeah.
Is that the Boston bomber? They got all kinds of evidence because they had cameras in place. They caught the guy on the scene with the backpack, planting the bomb, walking away, and the bomb going off. So cameras are plus in that case. Yeah. I understand, again, people being concerned about privacy issues, but outside your home, do you really have an expectation of privacy?
Right. I will agree with that because out in public, you don't. I mean, people can take photos and stuff. It's you really don't.
In fact, when I was in school, that came up. That was a question. I had to do a paper on that. Expectations of privacy. If your windows are open and you're doing something in your house, does someone out on the sidewalk have a right to look inside and watch you inside your house? If that window's open, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's on the public street. If he can look inside your house and you're doing something that maybe you shouldn't have been doing, or something embarrassing, you can't say, "Oh, you're a peeping Tom." No, your window's open. Everybody on the street.
You're showing off. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, in some ways, what's the difference between doing it right behind a big open window versus being on your front porch? I mean, it's like,
So, which goes to another question that came up. What is public indecency or lewd behavior? Well, like guys taking a whiz. I guess I hope I'm not getting too saucy for the Big John show.
No,
guys taking a piss out in the street, and some woman behind a building whips it out, takes a pee. A woman walks around, sees it. She can't yell that he was trying to, show his privates to her.
Right. He was trying to hide
because he was trying to hide. Public indecency or improper exposure. What's that? That's something exposure. I should know that.
Indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure.
Yeah.
Improper indecent.
Close.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Indecent exposure is the subject had to have the intent for you to see it. He had to intend for you to see his genital or her genital.
Does that make sense? It's funny. You know where I learned that little legal tidbit?
Okay, what's that?
One night when we were working security, I can't remember what had happened, but there was a bunch of Metro guys, and we were down at the bottom, and where that audio clip ended that we heard last time.
Yeah, okay.
Right, we were all standing around right there, and one of the Metro cops like had to piss really bad, and he was like, and there's these little bushes there in front of like the little office part, and he was like, I'm just gonna get behind one of these bushes, and the bush was like probably like 2 feet tall. He was joking, you know. He was like, I'm gonna get behind one of these bushes, and then the other cop was like, hey, as long as you're trying to hide.
That's right. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is that how it works? And I was like, yeah.
Right.
He's like, technically, as long as you are making an attempt to hide yourself.
Exactly. Going behind that building, which remind me of that building. It's always go behind the
That used to always creep me out. It's like you go back there and it's like anybody can come out of these woods. And,
also
ambush me.
Considering that everybody was armed to the teeth, that might not be a good thing for them.
That's true. Yeah, definitely.
You might not want to jump out at that time, dude. If you're lurking in the bushes, you might want to keep lurking in the bushes.
Yeah, there was time where I used to have a hand on each gun when I went back there.
That's right, bro. Come on.
Like literally did.
This ain't gonna be easy for you. Yeah. Come on. So
unsnapped and unzipped.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So So it's the world we live in now, and I think we should be just aware of that. Keep things in perspective.
Yeah.
So what if they will jack my car? Fine. They want GPS. OnStar knows where you're at.
Yeah.
And so what if they know? Oh, you went to Red Velvet adult store. That's fine. Great.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. And like I was saying about how privacy is a little bit of a Mexican standoff in a way. I mean, there's always going to be certain things that we want to keep private. We don't want everybody to be able to know all of our business.
And we shouldn't. That includes the government, too, by the way.
Oh, definitely, especially the government. But there's a certain element of that, like when I say that's like a Mexican standoff, like your example, you said, like some guy going to an adult bookstore. The reason that's embarrassing that person wouldn't want to be caught doing that is because most of the time people don't get caught doing that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's not that that's necessarily unusual. It's just that guy is the guy who got caught then, so it makes him look bad.
Okay.
It just like the politicians that get caught sending a picture of their junk to someone or whatever. Like so many people do that. It's just silly.
I'm at a loss. Sorry, I'm at a loss. I don't. It just never entered my mind. You know what? I got this camera that can send stuff out on the internet. Let me take a picture of my genital.
Yeah.
And do that. Send it to some person that I don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you can always deny it ain't me. Well, this IP address, it ain't me.
Yeah. We're going to pull down my pants and check.
Get a police artist in here right now. Sorry, sir. We need a picture of that. I'm sorry. Sir. We're all professionals here. Just drop your pants, sir.
Oh, man. But that's going to be an issue that's going to continue to heat up even more just over time as there's more technology. It's easier to spy, especially with drone technology and
especially in this technology.
FLIR cameras.
Yeah.
I mean, people can just drive by. The public, can drive by and just look in your house. They can see what room you're in.
I'm like, good. Don't come up here, but good. It's good. Don't come in there. Don't come in my yard.
Yeah.
But it's again, it's the world we live in, and we have to accept that. That's part of having new technology is that you have new responsibilities that come with that, and just be aware of it. And also, from a law enforcement terrorism point of view, if the guy's trying to build a nuke or a dirty bomb in the basement, is it a good thing that we can go by and scan his house for radiation? I don't know. From the street, From the street, if I'm driving out, okay. I read a case somewhere about this. This guy, the police used either IR or some kind of technology because the guy was growing. It wasn't meth. He was using something hydroponics or something to grow
pot. I'm guessing
to produce drugs in his house.
Pot would be the only thing you would grow. Pretty much, yeah.
And whatever process you use produce an abnormal amount of heat. Probably heat lamps, I'm guessing, from the pot.
When you're growing pot, you got to have.
And that's what happened. And lots of heat. I don't know how you know that, but anyway, the police used. They suspected there was a problem. I think he was growing unlicensed pot, and so they used a thermal imager to scan his house, and then it showed the excessive amount of heat from the lamps or whatever process he was using to grow his weed, and then they used that as the grounds to get a warrant to enter the house. He argued back, his attorneys argued back that this was inappropriate because they used excessive technology to bust this guy. The police, the argument was they should not be allowed to use anything that was not normally accessible to your average person because that would intrude on privacy.
Yeah.
And they won out. They said at the time, this has been years back, but they won out because the technology they used was considered excessive and invaded his privacy.
And the cops have a way around that, which I think is wrong, and I think unconstitutional in a lot of ways. Is what they'll do is they'll use those FLIR cameras. They'll go around neighborhoods just looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Unconstitutional as hell. You're not supposed to just be like
driving
looking
around
for crimes.
Yeah.
I mean that.
But they'll term that as being proactive.
Well, true. But what they do is they know they can't. Okay, the FLIR camera shows that looks like there's dope being grown in this house. So,
or excessive heat.
Yeah. So let's bust in and bust them. They know they can't do that, but what they do is they use that to illegally gather information.
Yes.
And then,
does he have a drug history? What's he been? Let's check his background. Right. Let's see what he's been doing. Who else has been coming to his house?
Right. And then they start looking through the trash and they start watching it and stuff that they can do without warrants. And then they build a case and
get the warrant.
Get the warrant. They go in there.
It's a slippery slope. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. But at the same time, in today's world, they'll say, well, if the guy's trying to produce some kind of chemical weapon there, or dirty bomb there, or he's doing some kind of something illegal that can affect the community in a bad way,
right?
We'll stop it because we stop him before he gets a chance to employ it.
Yeah.
So give and take. And
of course, what's crazy, the most dangerous drug, as far as I know, at least the most dangerous drug to produce is meth because it blows up.
Exactly, meth lab.
Yeah, and it's probably one of the harder ones to actually catch because I don't think it's not like pot where you have to have a certain amount of lights that are going to emit
common household ingredients.
Yeah, and they do it in a bottle and all that.
So very dangerous.
It's unbalanced, and also it comes down to the age-old argument that will never be solved in freedom versus safety. It's like there's a point where people have to make up their minds how much safety are they willing to give up for freedom, and different people are going to have a different philosophy about it. You come like the Patriot Act, perfect example of that. How you view the Patriot Act says a lot about where you think the balance of freedom versus safety should be, because the whole point of the Patriot Act, in a lot of ways, they say, of course, if we're going to assume that the government's benevolent, which they most certainly are, of course, is on all accounts.
Okay.
Is that it's worth it to spy on people to catch the terrorists, and then, but what sucks is it'd be one thing if maybe they stuck to a very strict plan of any other information that they gather, in the act of looking for these terrorists, they're just going to toss out. Like it almost doesn't matter what it is. It's like this is only terrorism. We're only looking for like people making bombs and stuff like that.
Threatening assaults on civilians or staff.
Like really serious
threats.
Things,
Social threats.
But can you even trust them to do that? And is that even okay? It's tough.
Well, people who are pro Patriot Act, pro surveillance, I'll tell you, like those nutcases that were going to shoot up the armory in Chicago, they foil them. Those guys the lady who organized the Texas thing where the two Muslim guys came and were going to shoot the place up, but security stopped them.
Yeah.
That lady who organized that event, another individual was going to confront her and attack her. Through surveillance, through the technologies that are available to us, they found this guy and stopped him.
Yeah.
Dude,
but again, just because it gets results, it's kind of like waterboarding. Just because it gets just because it gets results doesn't necessarily mean that it's the way to go.
Is it moral? It's effective. but is it the right thing to do? I mean, this. By the way, waterboarding is straight out of the Nazi handbook. By the way, it's straight out of the Nazi handbook. I mean, hey,
everything we do is right out of the Nazi handbook.
I mean, you can say what you want, but they got results. I'm not pro-Nazi, especially me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, not pro-Nazi at all. But the interesting thing is, it's like you start to really look into it and you realize that most of the technology that America is so proud of basically just came from the Nazis. It was all just stuff that they came up with, and then we kind of took it and then just built on it.
Like in Germany, the Polizei, the German police. A lot of Americans go there and call them the SS, the Gestapo. Mm-hmm. Oh no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. You know, anybody that knows anything about history and the SS and the Gestapo knows that nope.
Yeah.
They're not it. They are not it. And because the Nazis had a belief called smoke and fog. It's like if you caused a problem, you were gone.
Yeah.
It's like just a car pulled up one night, you heard a scream, and all of a sudden they're not there in the morning. So so no, we're nowhere near that. Thank God. Thank God. I know a lot of people think the Men in Black are out there, and they are.
I'm sure they are. But everything that's one point I want to make. Everything in the government that's a secret isn't necessarily bad. That's the thing too.
Like the aliens. Yeah, come on.
That's right.
Most are like Paul. It's cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you for seeing that movie.
Exactly.
But no, I think somebody said this, and I agree. Do we have a need to know everything that they're doing? I mean, do we?
Yeah. I don't know. Of course, we'd have to know to know.
I don't know.
You'd have to tell me. You know.
But no, I think.
Well, like, you know, the crash, the Roswell crash.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've thought about that a lot. I've actually read some on it and stuff, and I've actually been not to the site where it happened, but I've been to the town and I've been to the museum and stuff. And what I think happened at Roswell is I think that it was a double layered cover up of what was probably just a government program. Yeah. So it was like, okay, we're going to make this look, and just in case people find out about this, we'll make it look like aliens, so that'll be the what they think is the cover up. But really, it's like stuff that we're working on.
Of course it is. I mean, I think there's all kinds of stuff out there that our government's working on that we don't necessarily need to know about.
Right.
But
that doesn't mean that they didn't necessarily get some of the information that they used to build that from other places.
In the basement of the White House, there's a command center. Okay. And there's this green guy about 4 foot tall. Whispered into Obama's ear, hey, okay, look. Sure, of course. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
In the back in the Galactic War of 75,800. Where do you think this is what we did, and it worked?
Come on, where do you think Spielberg's getting all these ideas for for these movies? I mean, Lucas, Star Wars. You think he just thought that on his own? Come on.
That's right. Well, I don't know. Like, you never know who's like in on the plans or whatever. But I heard Spielberg talk about how when he was doing the movie E.T. Like someone contacted him from the government, asked him some questions or whatever.
Yeah. That's what he said. How did you know that? Wait, dude, it's a movie, man. I made it up. Yeah, you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I just came up with it, dude. It's fine.
Yeah. I can't remember when I saw that interview, but I remember seeing that and thought that was kind of interesting. He could have just been making that up just to make his movie sound more impressive. But.
I mean, there's some creative people out there. Who knows what's really out there? I mean, there are no limits. To what's possible. Yep. So who knows? I
mean, I think just the idea of alien life is not necessarily that outrageous. You look at how grand scale of the universe. Like if we're here, then why not
somebody else? They plus I think from what I understand, they've been making UFO sightings for the past 200 years. All these people couldn't have been wrong.
Yeah,
all couldn't have been wrong. No way. Now, what
they are,
what it actually was, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's very well. Here's the thing that confuses me sometimes is okay if the like the flying saucer sightings or some of those, the more realistic ones were government craft that they were working on. You know, if they've been working on like flying saucers for that long, like why haven't we finally seen them?
Why isn't they one parked out there in the driveway? You know, you can take it to work every morning.
Yeah, why are they still not a thing yet? Maybe it was a project they worked on that never really worked.
Yeah,
or maybe
it came close, but hey.
Yeah, or maybe it just I don't know. It's interesting though. It does seem like there's something to the whole flying saucer thing because that idea had to come from somewhere.
There's an element of truth somewhere, and we don't know. But again, like in I like the old 50s alien movies. Like
you got that. What's that little sound that they do in all of them? You know. Yeah,
I can't do it. Yeah. Sorry, I have testosterone. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
We got the idea though.
The 50s like that. What was it? The Day the Earth Stood Still. 1950.
Yeah, the original is great. Movie.
Oh man, they landed right there in front of the White House. Okay, here we are. We're here.
Yeah.
Okay, who's in charge? Get him out of here.
You know, and I have to say for the 50s that the weapon that Gort had, that was realistic.
Dude, you're good.
It's not flashy or what. I mean, that's how I feel like that's how it would be. It wouldn't need to be flashy.
No, why?
It'd just be like, oh, okay, I'll make that disappear.
I mean, who am I trying to impress? Hey, I just landed a spaceship on the lawn of the White House. I need to impress you. Come on, get out of here.
Oh, that's a threat. It's gone.
Of course. And then what do? We pull up the tanks. Dude, they just flew here in a flying saucer.
Yeah.
What's your Jeep and your tank going to do? So,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay, all right, what do you want? Okay.
Yeah.
So, something like that. I think that's what it'll take. But like Independence Day, I have to point this out. Why do we always win?
Yeah.
They can get here from across the galaxy, but we take them out?
Yeah, I think, one end of that, like, if they can get here, we don't have a chance against them technologically.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just, okay.
Yeah.
Like what Jeff Goldblum and Independence Day put a virus in their computer.
Yeah.
How would you hook up your laptop to their would you use a USB cable?
Yeah, I mean you would have thought they would have WebRoot or McAfee or something, you know.
Windows 7.
They must have been on Windows Vista still.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. So of course.
But also, if they can come here, if they had technology to get here, I think they also have the technology, but they don't need to wipe us out for our resources either.
Why would they need to land? I'll just do it from space. How you doing?
That too, and also, I mean, what resources could we possibly have? I mean, why would they?
That they couldn't find somewhere else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hey, I mean, I think I saw one of these shows, these astronomy shows. They said if we have anything they want, it's probably gonna be water.
Yeah.
Because that's a very important,
like Battlefield LA or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, that wasn't it. It was a cool movie if you can just suspend the disbelief of it. But like, right. Did you notice that some of the weapons that the aliens had were like worse than our weapons?
And
like that rocket thing.
Yeah,
it was like some random multi-shot RPG thing. It was
which
horrible.
I will point out. See, that movie perpetuated something that a lot of movies do, which is that they have like the Army and the Marine Corps just ready to go, fight a war anytime.
Yeah.
No. If like in that movie Battle of L.A. and all of a sudden aliens start coming up out of the surf and attacking, it would be like, well, first we got to find everybody. Who's got the keys to the arms room? Okay, the ammunition's over here in the bunker. Who's got the key to that? It would be a while. But the movies always make you think the Army's just ready to go anytime. Yeah. No, it ain't.
Yeah.
So, but a good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. But speaking of Battle of L.A., there was an interesting historical event that they also called the Battle of L.A., I think.
What's that?
I think that's what it was called, but where it happened in like 1949, I think, or something like that, where it was on the coast of L.A., I believe. Mm-hmm. It was somewhere in California, and they thought they saw something in the sky. And they just shot at it for like hours and hours.
They opened up, okay, which is a good response. Okay, let's start open fire. Okay, What is it? I don't know. Open fire.
Whatever it was, it's gone now.
That's right. Well, it was a different mindset. It's the 40s, different mindset. You know. Yeah. Oh, something happens, fire, shoot.
Yeah, and I think they might have been National Guard or something, or maybe they didn't have training and they were just like, I
don't know what it is. Just it could be a boat full of kids or an alien. I don't know. Just start shooting.
Yeah, the Nazis, the second wave.
That's right. I mean, it's again different attitude in the past, though. Different attitude in the past. We're all touchy feely now. Well, let's try to understand them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like old Star Trek with James Kirk. He only wanted to talk after he couldn't blow you away. Well, what's that? You got a beer gun? Oh, okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's negotiate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then the new Next Generation, Picard was always about let's talk, negotiate, let's communicate as equal beings. Okay, get Kirk back in here and get the phasers going. Where are those full-time torpedoes? Let's go. Let's go. Enough of the BS.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's something I got to do is go back and watch. That's something I haven't seen a lot of is Star Trek. Just like bits and pieces.
The old one, dude. The old one.
Like you're talking about like the 60s, like the original?
60s, Jim Kirk, all the women are in space with mini skirts and go-go boots. Come on. All got the beehive hairdos. Come on, dude. Hell yes. All right, yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that and watch it.
They got upset because they had a woman in a leadership position. A woman that's not a housewife raising kids?
Yeah.
My God, how show this crap on TV? What is this? It's a different world. It's a different world.
Yeah.
So I'm a Trekkie from way back. I know. Hey, dude.
Science fiction is just so cool.
That's right, dude.
Phasers
are here. Tasers. I got one on my hip now. By
yeah.
They are here. And I distinctly remember as a kid, think when they pull out the communicator, Kirk Enterprise, they did that. I thought, you know what? If they actually invented one of them, what we got now?
Yeah.
Cell phones, dude. It's the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm waiting for the tricorder to come out.
Except that gives me an idea. Like the old Star Trek ones, they had like a little flip thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The big deal on these phones is like the screens, right? Like not getting the screens messed up or scratched or cracked or whatever. Why doesn't someone have? Because my problem is I don't like the big cases.
Yeah.
Because it makes an already big phone like even bigger.
The OtterBox, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's an insignificant plug too.
Yeah.
OtterBox.
Like why can't they design these things like on a hinge or something where it's got like a really thin like cover right there where you can like push a button and it flips open.
Dude, let's get to Verizon right now.
Okay, we'll cut this part out of the show.
Cut that out. Let's develop it ourselves right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Dude, cash it in. Cha-ching.
Yeah. See, people listen to this show and they get free ideas, man.
Yeah, like that dude.
Make everybody rich.
There you go. That guy that we met at NRA from New Zealand, he's working on that right now.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, okay. All right, I got that.
Oh, yeah. Here's a good point for me time for me to put you on the spot, man. Knob Creek's coming up. You got to go.
Woohoo. When?
It's always on the second weekend of every October and every April. So the next one coming up is
Sunday?
Yeah, October. Yeah, it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Dude, okay. Dude, I'm going to make a point.
If you want to go, man.
Got another side trip. We got to go. I'm going to get me a Fire Thompson, by God.
Oh, man.
Dude, oh, God.
They got everything there. You can rent.
My God. How much? I guess there's a fee. You pay a fee and then go in there.
Yeah, it used to be $10, but they upped it. I think it's like 12 or 15 now or something.
Is it per weapon?
You're talking about that's just to get in.
Okay, and then just walk up. Give me that Thompson, and then start shooting.
No, you gotta. No, you gotta pay for that.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
Give me that BAR over there. I'll fire that Sun's whatever.
Yeah. Well, they have. It's really cool, man. They have when you first walk in. Of course, it's a show. Like and a shoot, they got like the most awesome gun show ever. I mean, it's like it's mostly what's cool about it is it's mostly like a military show, which is neat because a lot of gun shows I get kind of bored at them because it's mostly just all the newest guns.
Yeah,
and I know what all those are basically. So it's like okay, I feel like I'm just walking around on an internet website or something.
Yeah.
I like to see like just cool random stuff, old stuff, expecting to see. And it's like all that, all kinds of old random military things, like oddball ammo, weird things and old crates and like, you can just weird stuff. You could buy like a giant magazine for a old anti-aircraft gun or something or a 50 cal barrel,
which I've seen those, the Army sells those somewhere. Old barrels for
that are like shot out and stuff.
No, I saw back when I was in the Army. We got some barrels for 50 cals, and that stuff had made December 1944.
That's
holy crap!
Yeah.
And they have that stuff stockpiled.
Yeah,
stockpile rockets from like 1968. Iraq ammunition. We broke out some 50 cal ammo. It was made January 3rd, 1951.
Yeah.
Still, ammunition holes last forever, dude. I'm telling you.
Wow.
So, it's out there.
Yeah, it's too bad civilians can't buy all that stuff.
Yeah, I think there's plenty. Okay, civilians have no problem getting what they want. You just got to have the cash.
That's right, yeah.
It ain't that you can't get it. You just got to have the cash.
That's true. A lot of cash and a lot of free time to get all the permits and stuff.
To do it legally, which we all advocate here on the Big John Show.
Yeah.
Yes. But I saw that dope man I told you about had the GC 36.
Oh, yeah.
A real rare weapon,
G36.
exotic weapon. But this guy, I'm thinking, how much this thing cost?
Yeah.
Jesus. But it was fully automatic, and this guy just pulled out back of his truck. How you doing? Whoa, put that back. Because there's no way you can legally have that. There's no way. Put that back.
Yeah.
Oh, scary.
Yeah.
If you got the money, you can get what you want, which is scary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's why, the whole gun control thing is so crazy. You can't expect to control, this kind of stuff. I mean, there was a guy that my dad used to shoot with that was in the military. I'm gonna say what he did in the military, but he was a guy who was had a position in the military where you would not have expected this kind of thing out of him. And he's like still in Leavenworth, I think, because he stole like a bunch of M60s and fully automatic ARs and stuff.
The problem with that is if you got access to weapons like that, they're watching you.
Yeah,
they're watching you. You know that they know. Yeah, John got the key to the armory with all the M4s, M16s. What else? AT4, AT. Yeah, and then he'll be okay and just walk off. No.
Yeah,
they're watching you. Like somebody at this place that should remain nameless. He was found. He had a. What did he have? It was a Stinger missile in his garage. He was in an air defense unit, and one of the weapons they used fired Stinger missiles off the side up at the aircraft. This guy took one and kept it in his garage. And he would show up to people. People come over. Hey, come out the garage. Let me show you something. And then, hey, look there. And they're like, what's that? That's a Stinger missile, dude. Look at that.
Hanging over the fireplace.
And they went, okay, finally, of course. And then finally somebody went, okay, thank you. Thank you for showing me that. Went off. Hey, dude, get over here. Yeah. Call the police. And then the police and military intelligence showed up. Hey, dude, how you doing? Mind if we check your garage out? Well, who are you? Your mom, if we check your garage out, there's a problem. Yeah. And I think they put him under the jail for that.
Oh, man. Especially a Stinger missile.
That's a Stinger missile, dude, okay. Is it like a nuke? No. But it's still a Stinger missile.
Take down a plane with it.
They can shoot a plane down with it, dude. Hey, from what I did in the Army, they go at Mach 2 for 30 seconds. Which is ain't no planes getting away from that.
Yeah.
So dude, sorry. And he got one in the garage. Did it cross his mind, which people are idiots, did it cross his mind, hey, I got a anti-aircraft missile in my garage. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Almost would have been better off to put it over his fireplace and just tell people it wasn't real.
Yeah.
Because no one would have ever thought it would be real.
Exactly. The fact he had out the garage and it was like, real secretive, people thought this thing's real.
Like if you're going to have an AT4, for example, like a real one, like a dumbass.
That's right.
But you can buy the ones that have been fired all day.
Yeah, it's just a tube. That's all it is. Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a real one, just have it up there on display.
Hide in plain sight.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I just bought that at a pawn shop.
When I retired, this guy retired, and he comes to me before he leaves. He goes, here you go. I go, what's this? He says, hey, here you go. Get rid of this for me. And I'm like, okay, I'll open the back. Grenades. Okay. Okay. Let's put this in the car. Let's drive it down here to the ordnance place. Here you go. Take that. Yeah. Where was this guy keeping this stuff? Where is he keeping it? Oh, honey, the closet, right next to my rain shoes. The grenades right there. Dude, no.
On base, they don't have like a special like explosive disposal spot where they got like a big concrete thing underground, and, and it's like when you get fired, you got the box, stuff. It's like, all right, all your grenades, throw them in there.
The way out the gate here.
Yeah,
take these grenades and this ammunition. Here you go, get out.
Yeah,
no.
Or if you're like suspended from being in the military, they're like, I want your grenades and your badge.
That's right. leave them on the desk on the way out. Yeah, exactly. No, the reason that the MB, and that's exactly why before you leave any range, they check for weapons and ammunition and all that, because people would do that. Yeah. That's exactly what people would do. At North Carolina once, we heard tell some guy had a 50 cal machine gun, a pod mounted 50 cal machine gun in his garage. Why? Because he could.
Yeah.
You can buy them for like, back then, you could buy one for like $3K, for like $6K.
Sounds about right, probably.
50 cal machine.
What are you talking about, like M2. In the early 90s?
Early 90s, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Now I think they're like $30,000 to get one legally, something like that.
Yeah, this guy had one, I don't know where he got it from, in his garage. Yeah, hey, 50 cal machine gun, yeah, in case you want to shoot a buffalo or anything, yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck, dude? What
a whole slew of buffaloes, yeah. Yeah.
But in America, if you got the money, which is good and bad.
Which I'm calling these people stupid and crazy. I don't think that people shouldn't be allowed to have that kind of stuff. I'm just saying they're stupid for like taking that risk, because the risk, the way the laws are now,
to illegally have it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna have one, then you do it the right way. Legally, go out there, get your permit, your license, whatever you gotta get.
Right.
If you want to have a Thompson, great weapon, by the way.
Oh man,
80 years old, great job.
Yeah.
But
a little heavy, but amazing.
We're spoiled now. We're spoiled.
We are.
Oh, Tom, it's heavy. What 20 pounds?
I'm not sure exactly. Pretty heavy though. I mean,
no, more like about 15. I think it's heavier than the M1 because it's more.
Yeah, that's right. 20 pounds sounds steep. Yeah, it's
about,
I think a little heavier than the
11
Grand.
or 12.
Like
11 or 12, but it's heavy when you got carried around with the magazines, ammunition. But people were in better shape then.
Yeah,
you get in shape to carry that weapon. But we're spoiled now. We're used to this ultralight carbon fiber Glock material.
Yeah. That's right. the only thing that, for some reason, there's one thing that I love, that it's probably one of my favorite guns at Thompson. Mm-hmm. There's always been this one little thing that's always bugged me about it for some reason. And whenever you go to shoulder it, the stock wants to dip, for me at least, below my shoulder because there's so much weight, I guess, up on the back of the stock on the receiver and stuff. So like a lot of guns, it's very natural. Just that stock just wants to go right in the pocket, right in your pocket and your shoulder. But this Thompson, for me, it almost wants to like tuck under my arm. Like it's natural, and you kind of have to like, okay, get it on up there and get it.
It wasn't that you're not the only one that had that problem. There were guys that during the World War II that Thompsons did not have the stock. We just had the receiver, and then they had the grip,
like the foregrip or something.
Had a foregrip and the pistol grip, and that's all you had. That's all. Because again, that could be a problem. But for most people, Thompson was kind of big and kind of heavy, but 45 caliber fully automatic, close in.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't top that. Hey.
Yeah, it's an amazing gun.
Especially going up against those German MP40s.
Oh, yeah. Which, those are pretty sweet guns, man. I mean, I've shot one several times, actually. Like, slow rate of fire, heavy, and shooting a 9mm. So, literally, like, wherever you want those rounds to go at a reasonable distance, they're going to go.
Very controllable.
Yeah.
Very controllable. Yeah. But what kind of range you get looking at?
I mean, I haven't played with it like that, but probably not that much. I mean,
what, 25, 30 yards maybe?
No, more than that. I mean, well, it depends on what you mean accurately.
Okay,
like,
effective range. There you go. Effective range. Would you actually expect to hit something?
Yeah, to expect to hit something on full auto like consistently. Yeah, probably 30 yards, maybe something like that.
And that's what they were meant for.
There's always exceptions, of course. People who are really trained, but
they were meant for it. I mean, that's what they were meant for. They were built for that. You're not going to do the 100-yard shot with an MP40.
Yeah, and also, like I always thought, to me, it seemed like I've never been in the military, but submachine guns are kind of like a dunk in basketball. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like. It has a certain amount of effectiveness, but a lot of it is intimidation power.
Exactly. Close in, they're on you. You're close in, you spray down, you're putting out a bunch of lead because it comes to a point where you're doing any kind of close contact. It ain't about accuracy. It's about putting out enough bullets to put them on their ass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, close in, you can't beat it. 9mm.
Yeah.
Hey, it's high velocity. Over penetration's a problem, but you're not worried about that.
In combat, it's what
you're
you
not
want.
Worried about
really,
that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So good weapon, but Thompson, baby.
So yeah, so you think you'd be able to go to Knob Creek?
Sounds like it at this time. Sounds like it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I was gonna say we could officially announce it so people
that's right.
meet you up there.
That's right. Yes, there'll be a congregation. The caravan shall leave, heading north into the.
Yeah. So it'd be Saturday, right?
Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday. Okay. Well, I'll update people on it.
We're there now. Okay, it's official. Yeah. We're going. All right, cool.
But yeah, you definitely got to shoot a Thompson though.
Oh, dude, heck yeah.
I think for a gun typically like a Thompson or an AK or something like that, I think usually it's like $30 a magazine, something like that, which is not really that bad when you factor in the ammo, what it would cost.
How much it would cost to shoot that for just average Joe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
definitely. But they'll definitely have Thompsons though. That's one of the common things. I mean, they have most stuff. I mean, usually they'll have at least someone will have an AK or an AR. They almost always M60. I don't think they have a Grand because it's not full auto, but it's mostly only full auto guns.
Oh, fully auto. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool.
What else they have?
MG42, which is the old German machine gun.
Usually, I don't think they usually have those down on the rental range because I think they're pretty expensive and rare.
And expensive to shoot, too. They fire 25 rounds a second. That's dude. You got to.
Yeah.
have some cash to find. Even have one of them. Hey.
Yeah, no, you'll see them there, but I don't think on a rental range probably too much. Like because they have like Knob Creek, they've got this one big main range, which is like the main spot, and it actually borders on Fort Knox. Like, so they can shoot whatever they want just about because I mean
there's nothing out there.
Yeah, exactly. So they got the big, huge main range, and then like kind of go down the hill a little bit past where the show is, and then they got like another smaller range down there. Sometimes they'll have like a car or something down there to shoot at and stuff like that. Cool. It's pretty sweet.
All right, man.
That's all like a
plan.
Yep. All right, man. Well, I'll keep them. You just let me know if you're gonna be able to do it. I'll keep them updated on it. And
I'm there. And if it's a Sunday, especially on Sunday, we're there.
Yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday or Sunday. So.
If it's Sunday, we're cool. We're there. We'll leave right from somewhere else and go right there.
Okay. All right.
Everybody rally in Kentucky. Everybody head for Kentucky now.
Yeah.
Foot, horseback, wagon. We don't care. Just get there. Give you like a 3-month head start.
That's right. And Louisville's it's not too bad of a
no. I've been there. Not bad place at all.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive. All right, so 95% chance that Derek
that's
will be
right, 95%. Yeah. By God,
99.9% chance I'll be there.
By God, hey, we're there. Hey, by it's sounding good. It's sounding good. Get my hands on some automatic weapons. By God, rock and roll.
Yeah. So anybody listening that's going to be at Knob Creek or whatever that wants to meet us or something, I'll post something. I'll keep people updated on the Facebook if you guys want to go over to the Facebook, and then maybe like we'll find a spot to like hang out or something. And I'll like make a posting on Facebook or something so people can come if they want to talk to us.
Outstanding.
And, we can get trolled in real life.
Yes, that's right.
Well, wait until you've already rented that Thompson first.
I'd rather be part of Thompson first. Okay, all right.
Yeah, let me hang on to this while we're talking.
That's right. Come on, I'm okay now. Come on up now. Talk to me.
Yeah. I got to tell this story first where
here it goes.
You would love this guy. It's too bad that he doesn't come to the States as often anymore. But Steve Lee is this Australian guy that he wrote this song called "I Like Guns." It was like really popular on the internet, and we did some stuff with him back in the early days. But he hasn't come to the States in a long time. But anyways, he was at Knob Creek with us, and we're hanging out down there. And it was on Sunday, and they had this one special range where it's like. It's a rental range, not for like renting guns that are already set up there. It was like you could rent a space on that part of the range, and you could like shoot your own guns. You have full autos, whatever. And we happened to know this guy who was a vendor there, and they had a bunch of full autos. So he let us go down there, and he was also Australian. So Steve Lee and him kind of were cool that way. So we went down there. And apparently there was some like rules about like you had to, even though it was your own guns, you had to pay like for each gun, something weird like that. And so we're shooting, and this lady comes over, and I actually got this on video. It's on one of the outtake videos or something that's been up for years. But so anyways, he had a Thompson in his hand, just put the mag in there. He's standing there, he's about to shoot it. And this lady comes over there, just completely just like raising hell, like, oh, you're supposed to do this. You got to fill out this before you can shoot and all this kind of stuff. I was like, we're just like, Jesus, like,
who is this person?
Like, they could have at least been cooler about that. And then she walks away, and he turned around, and looked at us, and he goes, "You didn't see what I was holding, did she?"
She probably used to that. She sees that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's got a gun. So I don't care.
But it was funny. It's like he's got a Thompson loaded in his hand, and she's like talking all kinds of crap to him.
Of course. But she sees that 5 times, 10 times, 20 times a day.
Yeah, and that's also what's great that so many people that don't understand guns. You can have an event like that, all machine guns everywhere, and nobody gets hurt. Except I can't say that 100% because there was an incident at Knob Creek back in 2006, very similar to that one that happened in Vegas, where someone wasn't paying attention. They're a lot more careful now about people, especially younger people. But
that's safety. That's just safety again.
Oh yeah, someone was shooting a micro Uzi. Those are always a problem. The micro Uzi or the Mac 11s, the real little ones that they get away from you, and it killed a kid.
Okay, number one, you gotta expect that. The one I would not let personally. No one under 18 fires that weapon.
Especially not one of those.
No.
No machine like pistols.
Because the Glock, I hate saying that word, Glock G18. Extended fully automatic, extended magazine Glock. Great weapon, close in. When would you ever use that?
To me, it's kind of like Jeremy will have to cut this out. It's an weapon. That's the way I look at it. Like I can make sense for like a Secret Service carry them. Makes sense for that. If you need to put down a bunch of fire real quick,
get away.
It's like right there.
Yeah, I mean, you can overpower them and get away. But other than that,
Yeah.
So hey, I mean, you know.
Yeah. But those kind of guns though. You have to really know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Those.
Training. If you're not experienced, if you're not trained, don't touch it.
Yeah, even just to shoot them safely, you need to have been shooting for a while. You know.
Yes. You have some kind of strong background, not some kind of background with weapons, strong background in weapons before you pick up that stuff. Yeah. Because it is so easy to hurt yourself or somebody else. So easy.
Yeah, because if people haven't shot full autos, they'll really surprise you. You know.
Yeah.
Well, like even the Thompson, I grew up shooting full autos a lot, and the Thompson, the first time I fired it surprised me a little bit because I always figured it's so heavy and it's a 45, but it's got a pretty high rate of fire, and it wants to climb on you. You got to really get into it.
You got to expect that, and then first get briefed on the weapon, get smart on the weapon first before you touch it. Read up on it. It does this. Expect that. That way you have some idea.
Yeah.
What to expect. Get away from the TV movie stuff, please.
Yeah.
You know, oh, no problem. I shoot one hand. No, you don't.
Yeah. And also, people who haven't fired machine guns before, you have to be careful. Like open bolt guns, they're a totally different animal because an open bolt gun is actually safe when the bolt is closed. And it's not safe when it's open. You know, it's like the complete opposite.
Oh my God!
Because there's a situation. We actually did a video on this. That's something that can happen if you have an open bolt gun and you have a malfunction. Right, you have like a stovepipe, good example, where let's say you got a live round in the chamber, but then there's a brass that's like kind of got it stuck open or something. If you strip that magazine out, and the magazine is what was like holding the bolt kind of back, right, but it's not back far enough to be locked. Pull that magazine out. When the bolt falls, that round's going to fire. Yep. You know, because of the way that those things are designed. So
yep, definitely.
You have to they're pretty similar to most guns, but they're different enough where you kind of need to know what you're doing.
Something else too. Automatic fire is fun, but it's also waste ammunition too.
Yeah, tactically speaking, I've always heard that.
It's about bursting. 3-5 rounds.
Yeah.
You know, hey, remember, be aware of that climb. Aim low from the knee. Well, I'm not going to give a class here, but 3 to 5 rounds, and be aware to climb. Muzzle climb. So again, you have to be aware of that, and you should. I think anybody firing one of these weapons needs to be briefed on that before they even touch it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a little talk. There it is. This is what it could do. This is what you need to expect, and even then, extra safety.
Yeah, so that'll be fun, man. Well, I'm excited about that. Going to Knob Creek.
Let's do it.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll talk to them later. We'll maybe see you at Knob Creek. All right.